Hello, how you doing?
Good. Can you hear me good?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Wonderful. Take my fan off.
Can I just start off by saying, like, while don't get me wrong, I'm excited to see you, Yvette. I'm a little bit more excited to see the tiny little Grogu next to you.
I just built him on Lego.
Yeah, I got him for Christmas, and I think I've like unbuilt and rebuilt him about 5 times now.
You know what? I'm afraid to unbuild because I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to create this level of joy. But the fact that his little mouth opens and his ears move, his hands move, like I am in love with him. So I wanted him to be featured.
So I'm a little bit teary-eyed watching this happen because now that I've seen that, I think for me it goes Pedro Pascal as the Mandalorian, you as the Mandalorian. So
Oh, I would have, you know how much I would have loved to. Well, first of all, I'm a Star Wars nerd, so being on any Star Wars show in any capacity would make me very happy. But being on a Mandalorian would have just, I would have just.
imagine that reveal at the end of the Mandalorian. Instead of Luke Skywalker, it's just you under that hood. Oh yeah, just off with baby Grogu. See ya.
Listen, first of all, nothing can top Mark Hamill in that moment. But yeah, I would have loved to just kind of walk by, be one of the people in one of the canteens, just like passing out some drinks or so. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd have happily been some of the dust on the floor of the Mandalorian.
Same.
Like I'd have laid there on the floor like that, like Pedro Pascal, walk all over me, fill your boots, son.
Same.
And I can't forget to say happy birthday for the other week.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I had a big birthday, so I'm excited to still be alive. That's what birthdays mean, guys. You're still here, so I'm really happy about that.
Well, I'll write that on your next birthday card. I'll just put to Yvette, well done on still being alive.
Please, I'm still being alive. Yeah, yeah.
And apart from our boy, Baby Grogu, I saw you got so much Lego. Like, I'm really jealous. So go and talk to me. How much have you already built?
My Lego experience has been, it's honestly everything I dreamed of when I was a kid. Because when I was a kid growing up, we didn't have money for Legos. You know what I mean? Like we didn't, and also they didn't have kits like this when I was a kid. You would get your regular Lego blocks and you made whatever you could make. But this is like an adventure. So in the week or the week before until my birthday, until today, from my birthday to now, I've built Seinfeld, Friends, Winnie the Pooh, Sesame Street, the canary yellow Fiat, Paris, France, botanical, the bonsai tree, the flowers, a sailboat, Grogu, the Infinity Gauntlet, and an owl. I think that's everything.
How are your hands?
My hands are great. My hands are great. Listen, I build like if it's a big one, like I have Stranger Things that's like haunting me. Like I'm not ready for Stranger Things. Like it's so huge. Um, so if it's something like that, then I'm going to spread it out over a couple of days. But most of these I did overnight. Like I would turn on the TV, watch a movie, and build.
Yvette, I don't want to come off too strong here, but I think you might just be my hero.
I'm just so nerdy, Daniel. I'm so nerdy. And I live out loud with it. Like I'm not embarrassed by being a nerd. I don't hide it. I like and I always say this about nerds. Nerds are just people that like things a lot. You can be nerdy about anything. I'm definitely nerdy about Legos and I'm honest about it. I'm honest about how much I love them.
Look, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm worried about you, Yvette. Like, I'm worried next time I see you, you'll just have little bloody stumps for hands.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So when the pandemic ends and all this is over, I'll come over to yours. We'll build Stranger Things together, and I'll be essentially saving you there, Yvette.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Now, look, this is real talks. I need to know this. Do you ever like push aside the instructions and just build whatever you can think of?
When I was in Ireland for the summer, I was doing Disenchanted, and there was this wonderful farmers market. It all sounds so idyllic when I tell it, and it kind of was. There was a farmers market that was in the park behind my apartment every Sunday. So every Sunday I would go down there and get my jams and my breads and a smoothie. And one day I went down there and there was like a woman selling little Tupperware containers of Legos for like $10, €10. So one day I bought one and then built like a nice little cabana. I built a little a little hacienda. And I posted pictures every time I built something. I put it on Instagram. So I posted pictures of the box and I posted pictures of what I built. So I am going to next, after I finish all these sets I got for my birthday, the goal is to get the creator builder sets which are just blocks, and then just see my imagination takes me. But right now, I stick right to the directions.
See, that's where we differ. I think we're different people there because my creativity, it does know a limit. I'm like, that's it. I've built a line and that is me done. That is my creativity at its fullest.
Yeah, it all depends. Like I'm a symmetry girl, so when I do Legos, if I'm building on my own, I want to make sure that everything is exactly the same on either side, like even the colors, the sizes, and all that. So if I build something 9 times out of 10, it's like a house because that's the only thing you can build where you can be completely assured that it's going to be symmetrical. But once I get the like a bigger set of Legos, I'm going to see what comes to mind, what I can make.
See, now this is where it breaks my heart because I'm worried soon you're going to have to get like a big box, swipe all of the Lego off your shelves into that box and put it away because you need to make room on those shelves. You may have to make some room for an Emmy, mightn't you, Yvette Nicole Brown?
It's so funny. I was like, where's he going with this? Um I cannot even fathom what being an Emmy winner would be like because I still have not wrapped my mind around being an Emmy nominee. And we've heard our whole lives people say, "Oh, it's just an honor to be nominated," but it really is like the most ridiculous honor to be nominated because it's a validation of who you are in this industry. It's a validation, I feel, of a life, in my case, for sure, a lifetime of work. I've been in this industry for 20 plus years. And I've never been really recognized in this way. And so it's kind of cool that I've reached a place in my career where they're like, oh, I know her. That's the girl. She's funny. Let's throw her something and let's let her know that we see her. And it's from my peers, which means everything. So I'm gonna camp out in the nominee category area because the great thing about it, Danielle, is that I get to keep that phrase in front of my name forever, unless I win one. If I win one, then it becomes Emmy winner. I get to be Emmy nominee forever. Anytime I do something that's on television, they'll be able to say Emmy nominee Yvette Nicole Brown and nominee for acting. Like you can get an Emmy for a lot of things, but an Emmy for acting is huge. So any Emmy is huge. Let me fix that. Any Emmy is huge. But for me, the feeling of one for acting is just a nomination, even for acting, is everything.
And it just rolls off the tongue. I mean, Emmy nominated, Yvette Nicole Brown. It just works, doesn't it?
Oh, great. Every time I'm like, who is this Yvette Nicole Brown? She's so lucky. What a blessed woman she is.
To be fair, it actually makes sense for you to call yourself Emmy nominated because you have been Emmy nominated. I call myself Emmy nominated Dan all the time, and I've had 0 nominations.
Do it. Listen, call it into existence.
But I'll do it. I will think it into existence, and if I win, you will be the first person I thank, and of course, Grogu, you will be second.
Please. That's awesome. I already got a text from John Stamos. He was like, "If you win, I better hear my name in that speech." He's already claiming territory, that John Stamos.
Well, if we're putting requests in, I want in. I want in on that speech. How does it feel walking onto set and just seeing this scene with all of these really funny, talented Black women? Because there must be something so special about that.
I want to take a moment to just give all the flowers in the world to Robin Thede, who created a Black Lady sketch show. She, along with Issa Rae, has created a safe space, which is important, a safe space for Black comedic actresses to come and just have fun. There's no judgment, there's no competition, there's no foolishness. Everyone is there celebrating everyone else. There's actually a sketch that Ashley, one of the actors on the show, wonderful Ashley Nicole, Ashley Nicole Black, let me say her full name, give her all of her flowers. There's a character she plays on Black Lady Sketch Show where she's a hype person. Like whatever somebody does, it's like, ooh, look at you with your pink dress. Like she's just super. And that's kind of what being on the set of a Black Lady Sketch Show is. As soon as you walk on, someone's like, oh, I see you, earrings. You better work it, skirt. I see that skirt. Like, and oh, you funny. Like everything is like a celebration of everything that you bring. And so it would be impossible to not shine in an environment that's that loving and wonderful. So yeah, Black Lady Sketch Show, Robin Thede, all of them are just great.
To be fair, I'm glad you said that because I watched the show and obviously you're also funny, you're also talented on it. It just seems like a great vibe. It would have crushed me if I found out like as soon as cameras went off, you was like, get out my face. I don't want to see you anymore. So Thank you for just reassuring me there.
No way, they are lovely. And I feel like this is a commercial for my Instagram page, but I posted something on my Instagram page maybe a month or so ago, of how how we said goodbye to each other on that day. And that's a very good example of, when you get wrapped out, usually on a show or a movie, when you get wrapped out, the AD will call out and go, this is a show wrap or episode wrap on Yvette Nicole Brown. Like, that's regular, right? That happens, and people, thank you, good job. But the way they send you off on a Black Lady sketch show, I mean, I did the James Brown dance. There were people twerking. Like, it's a whole nother experience. I think Gabrielle Dennis did some acrobatics. Like, it's lovely.
So what I got from that is, when we wrap on this interview, I now have to twerk for you. Is that what we're saying?
Listen, I feel like it's only the right thing to do. Now, it doesn't have to be on camera, but twerk in your heart for me, please.
Yeah, is this a heart twerk? Am I doing it right?
That's a proper twerk. That was a proper twerk. That's a proper twerk. Yeah.
I've never been able to actually twerk, so if I've got approval, I will twerk more often.
That was a good one.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think my facial expressions really sold the sex appeal of it all. I was like,
I mean, you don't be afraid of your twerk. You gotta get in it. You gotta own it.
Oh no, you should be afraid of my twerk. You really should be afraid of it, Yvette.
You have to own your twerk.
Now, I imagine there's a lot of improv, a lot of like making up lines on the spot in a Black Lady sketch show, which I'm guessing leads to a lot of corpsing, a lot of breaking character. So what I want to know...
What's corpsing mean? What does that mean? Show me.
Yeah, so I think it means, like, obviously, you're trying to do your scene, you're trying to do your take, and you're getting in the zone, but then for whatever reason, you're breaking character because you're laughing or what have you. I think that's corpsing.
I love that. Okay, well, to answer your question, there is no one that breaks more or quicker than Issa Rae. No one. And I'm saying maybe in my life that of everybody I've worked with, Issa, and this is the thing, Issa doesn't care that she's breaking. Some people at least have enough courtesy and care for the production to feel bad about it. Issa is like, if it's funny, I'm gonna laugh. And actually, I respect it now. I respect it. So they paired this person that breaks all the time freely with someone whose job it is to break people. Robin Thede, she if you look on her employment record of what her job description is, it is queen of making people break. She does it like she gets paid to do it. And so every time they would start walking down the aisleway towards the judge's desk, Robin would invariably say something that Issa did not know she was going to say, and we'd have to start all over again because Issa would start to giggle. So it's great. And Issa, I've said this before, but Issa's also a snitch.
You're just gonna drop that and leave, are you?
Yeah, there was one time that perhaps allegedly I was laughing too, allegedly, and Robin told Issa to stop laughing, and then Issa said Yvette laughed first. She's a snitch.
Oh, I think we should take this to Judge Harper's court.
Just saying, Judge Harper. I got a feeling Judge Harper's gonna side with me.
Yeah, you're right. I think you two would get along. You've got a lot in common. Okay, so who breaks more, Issa Rae or John Stamos in Big Shot?
John doesn't break. Like, if John breaks, he's breaking because it is universally funny. Everybody is laughing, right? He's not one that would ever, I don't think he's anyone that would ever, I feel like he's the one that would bite the inside of his jaw to not ruin someone else's take. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's of that mindset and comes from that. And that's not, listen, let me be clear. That's not saying that Issa tries to break for people. Issa just enjoys comedy, and I respect that. I'm also on a dramedy with John, so it's not as much silliness and foolishness as is on the set of a Black Lady sketch show. So let me be fair about that as I joke about Issa breaking. But yeah, John will laugh when everybody laughs, but otherwise he's almost stone-faced in the scene. Now, after the scene, complete country ham. Biggest fool walking on the planet.
Yeah, to be fair, if you'd have said John broke more, I couldn't even be mad at him. I just look at him and go, "Oh, you're just so pretty. Like, I can't be mad at you."
Let me tell you something. There's been times that I've broke not with laughter, but with admiration for the way the Lord and his parents made that face. When you're in a scene with John Stamos, like, there's a moment. This is the thing about John Stamos. John Stamos is not egotistical. He is not someone that moves through life acutely aware that he is one of God's most beautiful creations. That's a compliment. He doesn't use it as currency, right? But at the same time, he is aware that other people may be affected by the way he looks like an Adonis walking on the planet. So he's very careful how he gives out his wattage. Because if John Stamos was on full beam 24 hours a day, no one in this world will get anything done. So he has to dim it a little bit. He'll dim it a little bit just so we can finish the day. But whenever he goes and that smile comes out in the hair.
If it makes you feel better, I do the exact same. I just dim it a little bit, just a little dim.
Just how much are you giving? What are you giving me here? What am I getting?
Oh, in all honesty, I think I'm giving you like a 2 out of 10 right now.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll take it. I'm giving you a 10. I'm giving this is the fullness of the experience.
Oh, yeah. Like, look at. I know you're a full 10. We both know you're a full 10.
I'm respecting the moment. I'm giving you a full 10. But you know, if John was here, I don't know that he'd give us a 10. I don't know if we could handle his 10.
There's a clip in itself. I don't know if we can handle his 10. I'll just clip that out, send that, done.
I don't know if we could. And it's a public service that he doesn't give it to us because I just don't know if we're worthy.
Let's move swiftly on and get back to your Emmy nominations. What I want to know is, what were you doing at the time when you found out you were Emmy nominated? That must have been so surreal.
I was in Ireland in a department store. Brown Thomas was the store, with Maya Rudolph and our friend Joe. And we were in the dressing room trying on dresses, and they were having more luck with their dresses than I was because I had drunk a lot of Guinness while in Ireland and had gained some weight. And so I was sitting down, just checking Twitter or whatever, and I noticed that my text messages had gone crazy. And we're 8 hours ahead. We were 8 hours ahead in Ireland from LA and 5 hours ahead of New York. And so I wasn't aware that the Emmy nominations were happening. And neither was Maya. We just were living our lives. And so I had a text from Robin Thede. And she was like, oh, the text was, oh my God. And I was like, is everybody okay? Like, I thought there's something happening in America. Everybody's going crazy. And so I opened the text and she was like, you got the nomination. I was like, nomination for what? Like, I was so not aware. And then my agent texted, and then I went to the site and I was like, oh my God. And the greatest thing about it is that Maya had her phone off. And so when I saw the list of nominees, ironically, I don't know if I use that right. I don't know. Surprisingly, let's go there because ironically could be wrong. Surprisingly, of the 6 pictures of all of us, Maya's picture was the only picture that hadn't uploaded. So it was everybody else's face and then a blank space. So when I zoomed in to see who the 6th person was, it said Maya Rudolph. And I'm like, oh, and then I got to be the one to tell Maya that she was also nominated in the same category. So I knocked on the curtain or the door and I was like, Maya, I have to tell you something. And so then we celebrated again for her. So it was magical. And then we drank Guinness and whiskey sours for the rest of the day.
Oh, see, that makes you a much nicer person than me, because Maya's in the same category as you, isn't she? And if that was me, I'd have gone, oh, nominated, are you? Good luck. Gonna need it.
No, I'm so happy for her. I'm happy for everybody. And again, it is so ridiculous to be nominated. When I look at the people that I'm nominated with, like Kristen Wiig and Bernadette Peters and Issa Rae, and how do you ever? You'd have to be an egotistical maniac to look at that list of women and go, I got it. How could I have it? So I'm just excited that my name is on the same list with the Maya Rudolph. That is huge. And she's a lovely person, by the way. If you've never met her, she's a great person.
Stop this, because we both know they're saying the exact same thing about you right now.
They're going, Yvette, who? Who is she? And that's fine, because I don't know how I got on the list either.
Now, you've played Judge Harper for 2 seasons. I say hashtag 2 seasons and a movie.
It'd be great.
So I'm going to start hashtag 2 seasons and a movie, because I missed my chance to start 6 seasons and a movie. I missed out on making loads of merch from that. I could have been a millionaire if I had that. I'd probably have more Lego than you now, Yvette, if I had 6 seasons in the movie trademarked.
Somebody made a lot of money off of that. I know I did. Somebody did.
Speaking of Community, have you been rewatching it during the pandemic?
You know what's funny? I have not seen most of the Community episodes since we shot them.
What?
We shot for 16-hour days. And by the time we finished an episode, all of us were like, the cast members that have children, Danny and Ken Jeong, I know for sure, and probably Donald too at this point, they've watched a lot of Community because, you want to show what you did to your kids. But I have not gone back. Now, there's certain episodes I love that I've seen. I've seen the Law and Order episode a few times. Of course, I've seen Paintball a few times. But as far as going back from like the first episode and watching. I need to do it because there's so many fans that love the show that at this point know the show way better than any of us on the show. Like they know minutia. Like, remember when you were in that scene, Yvette, and Allison's character did this, and then you said, and I'm like, well, I need to go back so I can be like, I do remember that, you know? So yeah, I need to go back and watch. I haven't done it.
Well, when we do our Lego session, we'll watch all 6 seasons together.
Let's do it. And let me say something. That 6th season is hilarious. I know it wasn't on NBC and some of us were gone and new people had come, but I truly enjoyed that 6th season. So if anybody has not completed the full set, complete the set.
So this is why I don't think I'm as savvy as other people, because some people obviously have their like favorite seasons, their least favorite seasons. For me, every episode of Community is the best thing in the world.
I think so too. I think season 4 gets a lot of guff, I'll say, and I don't think it deserves it. I think when you look at the totality of what the entire show is, I think season 4 is fine. You know what I mean? I think I feel like when I was playing Shirley, I didn't feel like I wasn't my best Shirley in season 4. I think every season of our show is worth watching and worth celebrating, and that's what I try to do.
See, listening to you talk, I know we've only spoken for like 15 minutes, but I can already tell you are the most pure person in the whole world. But there's got to be just like a little bit of evil in you, and I want to get that evil out.
Is there evil in me? You know, I don't think there's any evil in me. I really don't. But I do hate a lot of things, and I fight against a lot of things that I think are evil. I can't stand mean-spirited people that are just nasty and talk about people and gossip. It drives me crazy. Racist people drive me crazy. People that lie and steal and grift off of people that see a weakness and a gullible nature in someone and goes, I'm gonna use this to my advantage. That kind of stuff. But that's me more warring against the darkness that I see. I have done the best work I can my entire life to be a decent human being and to love people. So no, I don't have, there's no skeleton or no, like, you know, Yvette, she kicks babies. You know, when she a whole row of babies and she gives them some Gerber and then she kicks them in the shin. That's what no. There's no shin kicking of babies over here.
Thank you, Yvette, for giving me my clickbait right there. There's my headline. Get in.
And the saddest thing is somebody would see that headline and go, I always knew it about her. It's like so ridiculous.
That's the truth, because I saw you mention the other day about Matthew McConaughey not wearing deodorant, and then all of a sudden it was like, well, wow, this is on the front page of everything.
This is what's so crazy. I have friends that are on talk shows, and they've told me before about the beauty of a pickup. Like, you know, you say one thing and then everybody picks it up and it's everywhere. I was shocked that little comment about Matthew McConaughey was everywhere. And I know Matthew McConaughey was like, who was Yvette Nicole Brown? I know he was like, was she in the movie? Because my part in Tropic Thunder was so small. It was huge to me because I loved Matthew, and it was Ben Stiller, and it was a big movie, and it was really big for me to be in it. But I know all the movies he's done, he's like, I don't know who that girl is. But it is true. I really did sniff him. I don't know if he's aware of it, but I got right up there and I was like, this is nice. But I had no idea that it would blow up the way it did. That was crazy.
No, help me out here, Yvette. Make something up. Say he bites puppies or something. I don't know. Just make something up.
That's been crazy. No, I won't say anything crazy, but he was, it's really cool when you meet people and they're exactly what you always thought they would be. Because sometimes you meet folks and they're not. You meet them and you're like, oh, you're not nice or you're rude or whatever. Matthew McConaughey is exactly who I thought he was. He's really easygoing. He's very friendly. He's kind. He's just the guy that you see and y'all just keep living. That's him. He's exactly who you think he is, which is great. It's not always the case, but it's great. Another person who's exactly how you think they are, Janet Jackson.
I don't want to brag, but I have met her and I have had a photo with her.
Isn't she exactly what you expected?
Well, we'll do the ratings again, because I think, like, if you're this pure, she's like this pure, like just teeny bit.
She's right here. I think she's right. I think she's right here with me. If I'm pure, Janet is pure. She is she's just kind. And you know what? Let me say this about the entire Jackson family. I have not met a Jackson that's not kind. And I've met cousins, I've met children, I've met some of the brothers. They are all amazing. Katherine Jackson and Joe Jackson raised some wonderful kids, and I think it's the heart of Katherine Jackson. She just raised good people. They're just good people.
So in my day job, like I work for a radio station, and Janet Jackson came in, and it was such a surreal, like pinch me moment because Janet Jackson was singing like Baby Shark, and I was just like, have I completed life here watching this? Have I won?
She's a real person. Like she's some, and you know this from doing your interviews. There's some people that you interview, and you can tell that they really like themselves. They've drunk the Kool-Aid. They really think they're amazing. They only see themselves. No one else matters. No one. And then there's some people that you meet and you realize that even if they are super duper famous or super duper rich or whatever it is, they're still a human being walking through earth and they on the earth and they still see you, right? Everybody on the planet, all you want to do is just be seen. You just want to know that you matter and that you've made an impression on someone. And it's a beautiful thing when you can have everything good thrown at you in your career, in your life, but you still are a person that can see the humanity in other people and meet them there. And that's who Janet Jackson is. Like as famous as she is, she remains a kind human being walking through the earth, and she gives. She's a giver. I love her. I think she's great.
This is why you're the most pure person I will ever meet. I want someone to talk about me the way you talk about Janet Jackson.
Well, honey, I'm sure somebody does. You seem like a really nice guy too.
Don't, because I will cry. I will straight up break down in tears on my own channel.
No, honey, I know they do.
Oh my God, I just want to like squeeze your face because I love you so much. Well, I still want to get to the bottom of this evil thing. Like, I want to know, did you steal anything from the community set, like props or costumes?
I didn't steal. I did request and received, but I did not steal. I have Shirley's purse. I think I have two of her purses because she had different purses through the year. I think I have two of them. I have when Shirley and Annie had that protest the first season. I can't remember what they were protesting, but we had a T-shirt with the person we were protesting on it. I have that T-shirt. I used to have her brownie cookbook, but I signed it and auctioned it off in a charity auction. So a fan has that now. But yeah, I got quite a few things. But I asked. I didn't take anything. I just asked. And I have a lot of her clothes. I have a lot of Helen from Drake and Josh's clothes too. I don't know why I wanted Helen and Shirley's clothes because I would never wear anything they've worn.
To be fair, at least the purses are practical. Like you can still just use them as bags. You can use them day to day. I saw Gillian. She has the metal cylinder that has Pierce's semen in it. Like what are you doing with that?
I have that.
Sorry, you have one as well.
I still have that. I have that. Yeah, that was we were all given those. And I bought a Shirley puppet. So I have a puppet, not the puppet, because the puppet I think is in the Sony archives or whatever, but I commissioned the people that made the Shirley puppet to make me one because I'm a huge Henson fan and a huge fan of puppetry. And you get a puppet that looks like you. Who's not going to want a puppet that looks? I mean, what nerd would not want a puppet that looks like that?
I'm exactly the same. I get Instagram ads all the time, like make a puppet of yourself, and I'm so unbelievably tempted to get one. You know what? I just had a totally original idea all by myself. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy one.
You should do it. I don't know why you decided, but I think it's a great decision.
Oh my God. Yeah, let's whisper the whole interview from now on. I don't know why we're doing it. It feels naughty though, and I quite like it. I don't want to break it to you like right now, but I feel like I have to. There's rumors of a Community movie. I know. Who knew? Who knew?
Really? Who said it?
I know it's awful of me to break it to you right here, right now.
Are they doing it without me? Are they shooting right now?
I didn't want to say, but I'm playing Shirley because I've actually seen the episodes. I know what's happening. You don't.
Do it. Play Shirley. Yes, there is a Community movie bubbling. There's talk. This will be the pickup. I know, and this is always the pickup. And I know the fans are like, another one of them is saying it's coming, and it still hasn't come. We Everyone wants to do it. There have been conversations. Everybody is excited and on board. It is just now a logistic issue, which seems like it's still a big deal, but it's not, because interest and desire is the bigger mountain to climb, right? If everybody's on board and we just got to figure out how to do it, then that's just scheduling.
I will do it. I will schedule it, or I'll put all of my money into it. I'll film the whole thing. I will make this happen.
Gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen exactly when it's supposed to. That's the thing that's great about the timing of life. I'm learning a lot about the timing of life. It's people know I lost my mom recently, and as I go through the mourning, the grieving process, the thing that hit me more than anything is that every single person on this planet is gonna die. Every single person you love, every single person you know is going to pass away. So since we know that, and if we can just zero in on the truth of that, what are you doing today? How are you interacting with the people that you love and care about? Are you making the people that you love and care about a priority? What is your life all about? What is it for? Like, the sooner you start to figure out why you're here and your purpose and get busy doing it, then everything in this life opens up for you. And so I say all that in regards to the community movie. We could spend all this time on, I don't know why and when and why. We can do all that, or we can understand that it's in motion. And when all the pieces are in their proper place, it'll happen, and it'll be happening at exactly the moment it's supposed to happen. And that, to me, is the beauty of life. Seasons come, flowers bloom and then they die. It's all a cycle, right? Get into the cycle. Don't fight it. Lean into it. Deal with it. Mourn the losses. Celebrate the triumphs, but stay in the cycle. Don't fight against it. So community will come. I know I got really deep and metaphysical for a minute, but community will come when it is supposed to come, and it's going to be the perfect movie that it's supposed to be whenever it comes.
Now, Vet, my next question is not on my list of interview questions, but can you just be my best friend?
It already happened. Didn't you realize it happened like 20 minutes ago?
Well, this is really awkward then. Because if you thought we've been best friends since the beginning and I've only just asked you, that means it's been like one-sided for the past 20 minutes. This is really awkward.
Right, I'm used to unrequited. It's fine.
And, now that we're best friends, if you want to tell people that I don't wear deodorant either, I'm okay with that.
You don't? How do you smell, though? It's not that he doesn't wear deodorant. It's that he smells delicious, even though
I smell disgusting. I smell horrible. It is not good.
That's not good. That part. And that's the thing about Matthew, too. Going back to Matthew McConaughey, why not? When he said that he didn't wear deodorant, everyone said, it's crazy, you must smell horrible. And Matthew was like, no, I don't have a smell. Like my natural smell is not offensive. And so that's the point. It's not that he doesn't wear deodorant, it's that he doesn't wear deodorant and his natural odor is not an odor.
Who has ever looked at Matthew McConaughey and thought, you must smell disgusting? Like, everything about him is great. He makes John Stamos look like he smells badly.
Yeah, they're what and which, though, and they both, and the camera don't like either one of them, which means when you see them in person, they're even more gorgeous in person. The camera hates both of them. It hates their faces.
And now I do too, because they're too handsome. Like, leave some handsome for the rest of us.
I know, they're great. And they're nice guys, which is more important than even beauty.
Now, last year I spoke to Danny and Joel, and we spoke about the Community movie. They both pitched what they'd like to see happen in the movie.
What did they say? Well, don't tell me yet, because you're going to ask me, right?
You are good. You've done an interview before. I can tell you've worked out the structure of this interview, nailed it. So tell me, what would you like to see happen in the Community movie?
I would, and this might be what they've said, I don't know. But Troy is out there. He's out there floating in a boat somewhere. So I think that it should be, if it's an adventure type movie where it's our characters outside of Greendale, then I think it should be us on a quest to find Troy. And that can happen. A lot of that could happen at the college, and then it could go out, the last, 30 minutes or whatever could be us out in the world trying to find him. And then that also would work because Donald Glover's so busy that if we're blessed to get him, we probably could only get him for a couple of days. And so we could do all of his scenes at once. So that's one idea. The other idea is that, which we've done before on the show because Greendale was always in peril, but that we have to come back and save Greendale in some way. I don't know exactly. Maybe it's going to be torn down. Maybe the dean didn't pay the mortgage and thought he did. And we have to come back and raise money to save the school. Something like that would be fun. That's a way to get everybody back. Because I think when people see the movie, they're going to want to see the study room and us around that table.
So your first idea was very similar to Danny Pudi's because he said that you've all got the tracking chips still in you, all your characters. So you'll use that to try and find Troy.
That's true. We do have tracking chips. We do have tracking chips. Okay. Well, me and Danny are basically the same.
And then I spoke to Joel, and he just took up the whole Zoom screen with his huge muscles and was just like, I know something about robots. So that is why I'm going to come to Dan with your idea. I'm going to go to Dan Harmon, and we're just going to make this movie.
You are? Okay. I think Dan Harmon would not want nothing more than for me to tell him how to make this movie.
And especially for it to come through me, a man he doesn't even know exists. I think this is going to work. We're going to be millionaires by tomorrow. It's really easy.
Oh my God, we're going to be so rich, Dan. So rich.
And when I spoke to Danny a year ago, he told me about the WhatsApp group that you all have. And he said he was going to add me to it. Still hasn't. So...
Did he say that? Did he?
Yeah, but now that we're best friends, Yvette, I feel like, you could add me to the group.
I feel like our friendship is special and it should not be diluted by other people.
But we said we're best friends. Danny obviously forgot, so you'll do it. We are BFFs. Ooh.
I think that our friendship is so special that it should stay just between us.
I can't even be mad. That is such a good save. You're a genius. You are a straight up genius. See, just when I think I'm going to get mad at you, Yvette, you go and do this. And I'm like, I can't. We are best friends again. Feud over.
A little cocoon of friendship.
What else goes on in this community WhatsApp group? Like you and all of my other friends without me. What sort of things are you sending?
It's mostly a lot of bits. Like we have a lot of bits from like 10 years ago that we do callbacks and such. A lot of memes. A lot of self-deprecating jokes from everyone except Joel, because Joel really likes himself. Everyone else will joke about himself.
No.
A lot of celebrations when people, have a baby or get an award or a nomination for an award. Gillian and Ken are doing this. Let me just celebrate my friends. Gillian and Ken are doing this great thing. It's a movie with, I think, 6 or 7 different directors. Gillian is the one through line. So she'll be starring in each of the 10-minute movies that these directors make. And she's one of the directors. Ken Jeong is another one of them. And so they're each going to direct 10 minutes of this movie, unaware of what anybody else has directed.
Oh, that's so cool.
Isn't that amazing? So Gillian is the star of it, and she's also one of the directors, and Ken is one of the directors, and I think there's like 4 or 5 other directors. So I just put that in the chat when I found out and got excited, and everybody was excited. So it's stuff like that. Like we just celebrate, Danny just got nominated for Hollywood Critics Association Award. So we celebrated that. Like, it's just stuff like that. We just friends pop in and go share what's going on. Or it might even be, today was the first day of one of my cast members' kids' school day, and I'll post a picture of the kids going to school. It's just stuff like that. It's regular and wonderful.
I'm sort of relieved I'm not in that group anymore, because we feel all like congratulating each other on like new gigs and new jobs and awards. And I'm just in there like, guys, I made some cereal today and it was really good. It's hard for you all to go like congratulate me on that, isn't it?
If it was delicious cereal, post a picture and we will celebrate.
Oh my God, there you go. That's it. That's confirmation that you are going to add me to that WhatsApp group. Thank you very much, Yvette. Oh, see, you go and do that again, and it just makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. You know what? Don't add me to that WhatsApp group. It is fine. Now, obviously, you did the virtual table read. Have you guys like put in the WhatsApp group like discussions about a face-to-face reunion yet?
All of us. We saw each other. We did a Vulture reunion, I think a year, I mean, with COVID, what is time? I don't know what is what, but we did a vulture reunion, and we all got together after that for dinner at this great place Joel found. Even Donald was able to come to the party afterwards. And so when we're all in the same city and everybody's not working, we can do that. But I'm thankfully everybody's working and successful. And Donald was just in, I think they were doing Atlanta, like in Amsterdam or something. Like they were over, so everybody's just everywhere, so it's harder. But I think the group chat is a way for us to stay in contact and still celebrate each other's lives.
Of course, it wasn't just those guys that you worked with on Community. You worked with the iconic Russo brothers on Community, and then worked with them again on Avengers, where you formed that beautiful relationship with your Twitter boyfriend, Chris Evans.
Actually, that's not where the love began. The love began on Twitter, which is why it is a Twitter only relationship. And I honestly do not, I mean, it's hilarious now, and it's now Twitter canon, but I honestly do not know how that started. I'm pretty sure it was me, because I'm sure Chris Evans was not like, let me see what that Yvette Nicole Brown's talking about. I don't know. I think he responded to a tweet or something that I put up, and I think I might have said to him, this means we go together, right? And I think from there he humors me, and it is a lovely, fun joke that we have going. But I have seen him outside of Twitter. We do have each other's numbers. We text each other. He's a friend of mine. So it's not just me fangirling. It's actually a good friendship, and he's a good man.
Well, firstly, well done on shooting your shot with Chris Evans. It worked.
My Twitter shot, yeah.
I'm going to get full on journalist with you now. I'm going to ask you something pretty deep. Like this moment is going to get me Emmys, because, of course, you've got that unbreakable bond with your Twitter boyfriend, Chris Evans, like a really strong relationship. But pop star Lizzo's just come out and said that she's pregnant with his babies.
Did she say she was pregnant? Did she say she was pregnant with his babies, or she wanted to be pregnant with his babies?
No, she said she's straight up pregnant. And I don't want to throw the word adulterer around, but
no. Let me clear this up for everyone. And I've even tried to clear this up with Lizzo, and I think she understands. Chris Evans is my Twitter boyfriend. He's not my LinkedIn boyfriend. He's not my real life boyfriend. He's not my Instagram boyfriend. He's not my TikTok boyfriend. I believe that Lizzo's got something going with him on TikTok. God bless Lizzo. Work it out the way you want to. She doesn't come to Twitter with it. As long as y'all leave him alone on Twitter, we have no beef. I support whatever he is doing on any other social media app, but on Twitter, Chris Evans is taken. So there we go. May they have some beautiful TikTok babies. Beautiful.
That is genius. That is such a smart one. Like this is my moment. I'm looking straight down the camera now. This is to you, Chris Evans. Be my MySpace boyfriend. Do it. Be my MySpace boyfriend. I'm pretty sure he'll see that.
I'm pretty sure he'll see it.
Yeah, so far, like all I've got is MySpace Tom as my MySpace boyfriend. That's pretty tragic as it goes.
MySpace Tom is kind of everybody's MySpace boyfriend. He's still stuck in amber in that picture, looking over his shoulder at the whiteboard.
Oh, you just took that away from me. I thought me and MySpace Tom had something special, and now apparently he's everyone's MySpace boyfriend.
I mean, I said I think. I don't know. I'm not in his business like that.
To be fair, you don't need Chris Evans, you don't need MySpace Tom, you don't need Lizzo. When you've got Viola Davis and Octavia Spencer as best friends, I mean, to say I want to be in that trio is a biblical understatement.
They are sweet, kind, wonderful, fierce, formidable, talented women. I pray that their Oscar juju juice rubs off on me, because they're just amazing actresses, and I am honored to know them both. They are really wonderful people, and I've been blessed to, and maybe it's because this is the way I cultivate friendships. I don't, like I said earlier, I don't like mess. And so I don't really, I don't do well with people that have motives and agendas and who are mean. So it's like a natural selection. When someone is lovely, I hold on for dear life. When someone is a little nasty and wretched, I let them go over there. And so, thankfully, the people that are in my life that I'm in close contact with are lovely. And That's the best way I think to live life. I don't I like to sleep well in the evenings. I like to put my head down and not have to apologize for anything I've said or I've done or listened to. Um, I want to live clean and good. And so people like Viola and Octavia are wonderful people to know. Janet Jackson, wonderful person to know. Kim Field. I could list a lot of wonderful people.
Now I'm going to give you full permission to make me like really jealous, make me cry if you want, because I want to know what it's like in your little like Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer, Yvette Nicole Brown trio. Like, what do you get up to on nights out? Like, seriously, make me fully jealous.
We have not had any nights out because all three of us are very concerned about COVID. You know, the last time I saw them together was when we did that protest during the George Floyd murder. And we literally were social distance for most of that time together. Like we parked separately, walked to our little corner and you know, protested that evil. And I've been to Octavia's house a couple of times, but only when she's not there and only when she's leaving me masks and like sanitizer. She'll call me and she'll be like, girl, I got the good mask. I'm gonna put them behind the gate. Come after 10, I'll be gone and I'll come and I'll wear my mask and I'll reach over and get the mask and I tell girl, I got the mask. Thank you. So we literally have not seen each other in person in about what, a year and a half, whenever COVID happened. So the coming out party is gonna be amazing.
I've not had the honor of speaking to Octavia Spencer, but I kind of feel like I just have, because that was the best Octavia Spencer impression I've ever heard.
That was my impression of Octavia doing herself. Like Octavia, when she does an impression of herself, I don't know why she makes her voice sound like this. So that was me doing her.
You are 100% getting your first Oscar nomination for playing Octavia Spencer in the biopic of her life.
In the Octavia biopic, Oscar winner Octavia Spencer will be playing Octavia Spencer.
To be fair, like in all of your scenes, it's just going to be you going, no, I can't come out, Octavia. I've got more Lego to build. You do you.
I know. I kind of want to like if we're doing. I want Janet Jackson or Halle Berry or Kim Fields to play me. Like if we're gonna be aspirational, just get the finest thing you can and go on and be that, Halle.
And then at some point in the movie, it's this happening where you're getting interviewed by me, but it's Bradley Cooper playing me. I don't know.
Why not, man? Listen, I say dream big. I'm dreaming big. I want Halle, Kim Fields, or Janet Jackson.
John Stamos. I'll have him. I'll be all sexy. Like, oh, hello. Interview me. Ooh.
Do you have John Stamos be you interviewing Halle as me?
Again, I'll clip this up. I'll just send him this little bit to Dan Harmon. He can make the movie. He'll be fine with it.
He'll reach out to and he'll get it all squared away for sure.
What top bloke Dan Harmon is, because it was actually my idea to do Rick and Morty. He just stole that idea from me.
Don't even bring up Rick and Morty because I'm still upset that I haven't had a guest voice on there. I've been campaigning for years.
How?
You don't love me like you should.
Oh no! Have you guilt tripped me into making a whole animated series just to put you in it now?
Yes, I don't know why he won't. And I do a lot of animation. Like I try to tell him, like, Dan, I'm actually really good at this. Like, don't go by what you think I can do. I'm really good in voiceover. And for some reason, I just can't get on that Rick and Morty. I don't know why he doesn't want me over there.
It's because he knows you're busy making a community movie. See, if I say it, it'll happen.
It will happen. It's going to happen. It's totally going to happen. I just don't know when.
And now, finally, moving on from the community movie to another movie. And, is he okay? Is he all right?
Yes, he just was lonely. So.
Oh, look at him. I love you so much. Yes, I do. I love you. Just to clarify, that was to Grogu, not to you, Yvette. That'd be very patronizing.
No, he knew it was for him. Go ahead, you're saying.
Well, let's talk Disenchanted. You mentioned you filmed it in Ireland. What sort of things did you get up to while you was out in Ireland? Because when I went to Ireland, I went to an actual leprechaun museum. And I think it was one of the greatest moments of my life.
I missed the leprechaun. See, we were on lockdown for a lot of time when I was there. So like the first month I was there, we were on lockdown. Then I lost my mom while I was over there. So then that was another month lost. So I only came out of all of it like the last 2 or 3 weeks to really be able to get out. So I went to there's a museum for the uprising that happened when the Irish people fought against the British. So that I went to that, and then I drank a lot of Guinness. I went to this great place that makes delicious whiskey called Roe and Co. Let me shout them out. I get nothing for saying this except I need people to get this delicious whiskey. Roe and Co, which was great. Go there, try that whiskey. It's amazing. Um, and then I drove around a lot. Like I know a lot about grocery stores in Ireland. Like there's Avoca, which is like a Whole Foods. There's Tesco, which is kind of like a Ralph's. And then there's I think it's a Super Value. I didn't go to Super Value a lot, but Super Value was kind of like a Vons or Smart and Final. So I know all of that stuff. Food is, I can tell you a lot about the food. The cheeses, the halloumi cheese, fried, sliced thin and fried is the most delicious thing. They call it the squeaky cheese. So with that. And I drove on the other side. I don't want to say wrong because it's not wrong. But I drove on the other side of the road and did not destroy the car or kill anyone. And that for me is a win.
You talking about a community movie, that excites me. You talking about your Emmy, that excites me. But you talking about cheese and Tesco, and that like gives me goosebumps.
What about Avoca? Avoca has this great lemon cake. It's the most delicious. If I weep about anything in Ireland that I miss, it will be the lemon cake from Avoca, and I honestly don't know how to get it here. And also Kerrygold cheese, which they do have here. I mean, cheese and butter. Those two are also delicious. Yeah, I love that you asked me what I saw, and it all was about food. I saw a lot of food.
Well, you started off by going, oh, I went to this like museum. It was really powerful, really moving to see. But the cheese though, oh my God.
No, and then one more thing. I want to shout out one more thing and one more person. So I stayed at this amazing hotel called the Powers Court. We were on location a couple times, and there was a young man named Benji in the bar downstairs with a heavy pour. And Benji made a heck of a passion fruit margarita. And I want to shout out Benji. I don't know if he'll ever see this. Benji with the heavy. We used to go Benji with the heavy pour. We would run it. Then we walk into the pub, and that's what we would say. And Benji would like, "I got you." And he'd pour. He's a Drake and Josh fan. Love Benji.
I'm really amazed that after all those drinks, you've remembered Benji's name. Fair play.
I remember Benji with the heavy pour. Benji.
Now, I know you can't tell me much about Disenchanted. If you do say anything, like Disney lawyers will like smash through our ceiling. They'll drop like these legal documents on my desk and sue me.
They in my contract, they get to take my Grogu if I say anything, and I love him too much.
Oh, to be fair, like in my questions, I was going to probe you for spoilers, but if it means us both losing our Lego Grogus, I can't do that. I'd rather Disney would sue me for millions.
All I can say about the film is that Adam Shankman is an amazing director. Amy Adams is a revelation. We get to see Patrick Dempsey dance and sing for the first time. We get to see Adina sing in this movie because she didn't sing in the original. James Marsden is as handsome as you can imagine. Gabby is the new Morgan. She's amazing. We have Colton Stewart, Jayma Mays, Oscar Nunez, the wonderful Maya Rudolph, who I already mentioned. It was like my time at summer camp in Ireland with all those wonderful people. And if you loved Enchanted, you are going to fall in love with Disenchanted. That's what I can tell you.
So that sounds like a lovely sell for the film, but it actually sounds like a threat to me because I loved Enchanted.
You're going to love Disenchanted.
And think, after that passionate sell for the film, it turns out Amy Adams doesn't wear deodorant.
She does. Stop it. Here's something. Amy Adams, Adam Shankman plays like disco and fun R&B in between takes. And Amy Adams, Jayma, Maya, and I, but especially Amy and Maya sing all the time. So in between takes, and not just songs from Disenchanted, they sing like, Stevie Nicks songs and show tunes. And so it's like a show within a show. So you're on set and you're getting to see Amy Adams, who has an amazing voice, started in a dinner theater. A lot of people may not know that. Oscar winner Amy Adams. She just sings. She's like Giselle. She just walks around and just sings, and it's lovely. And she celebrates other people's gifts. And if you got a harmony note, get up in there. We were doing 3-4 part harmony on set. Like it was a good time. It was a good time.
You have the best life, don't you?
It's all right. It's a good life.
And that's all we got time for. I'm going to say thank you so much for this chat and for becoming my best friend ever.
Oh, thank you for having me. I was looking forward to this interview.
And good luck at the Emmys, where you're gonna see your community co-star Jesus, Brendan Hunt, who's also in a little something called Ted Lasso.
No, I know. And the funny thing is I did a panel with the Ted Lasso group, and that was the first time I'd seen him since he was Jesus is a friend of mine singing in the car behind me. And it's just so wonderful that so many people that cycled through our show have all gone on to do so many wonderful, amazing things. But I mean, I don't know if there's anything greater than Ted being a part of Ted Lasso and writing for Ted Lasso. That's huge.
Right, okay, I know I said we was running out of time, but one last question, okay? Rick and Morty or Ted Lasso? You can get a guest spot in one. Which one are you picking?
Well, since Rick and Morty doesn't want me, I'm go- I'm going for Ted Lasso. Also, that's a free trip to London. Who doesn't want that?
And that's when you can come to England, you can meet me, we can do our Lego together. It's the great circle of life. Oh, look at you. You know how Troy and Abed had that in Community? We've got this.
I know this is
Oh, I love you. Seriously, thank you so much for chatting to me. I really, really love this.
Thank you. Thank you. This was a lot of fun. And I've never done that for anyone else. Never. That's our thing. No.
No? Oh, well, and to be fair, if I see you do it for anyone else, I will come for you, Yvette.
No, I haven't. I think and I do this all the time, but I've never done this. Ever. That's yours.
Oh, and just before you go, just to let you know, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to refresh my phone, just checking, see like when you add me into the WhatsApp group, the community WhatsApp group, okay?
What's that? I'm sorry. What?
I said community WhatsApp group. Yeah, I'm breaking up. Community WhatsApp group. Miss you already.
Okay, bye, honey. This is great.
Bye.
Bye. Wait. I want to get a picture. Don't go yet.
What pose do you want?
Yes, do that. You ready?
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh my God, I love you. You're the best.
I love you, 20. Bye.
Bye.